Memory problems. Memory problems are probably the commonest cognitive problem following brain injury and the one that has the most profound impact on daily function. There has recently been much progress in the understanding of memory and some progress in rehabilitation of memory difficulties. There are a number of dimensions of memory. Different time spans. Immediate or working memory. This is memory just for the previous few seconds, such as is required to hold the telephone number in the head whilst dialing. There are different forms of working memory according to the different sensors used. Chronological system for auditory information, visuospatial system for visual information, as well as a controlling central executive system. Long-term memory. Delayed memory for events that happened in the previous few minutes. Recent memory for events that happened in the previous days or weeks. Remote memory for events that happened several weeks to several years previously. Prospective memory. Memory for things that need to be done in the future. Different types of information. Semantic memory. Memory for factual knowledge. Episodic memory. Memory for events that autobiographical material. Procedural memory. Memory for skills and practical procedures. This is often preserved in brain injury, then episodic and semantic memory is not. Memory in different forms. Verbal memory. Memory for information in the form of words, both written and spoken. Visual memory. Memory for things that have to be remembered in visual format. Stages of remembering. All these different forms of memory need to go through different stages of encoding, storage, and later retrieval. Problems can arise at any of these stages of the different memories, and thus one can see the complexity of trying to unravel the different forms of memory disorder. Perhaps an example is useful. Remembering how to drive a car is a skill that will require procedural memory. The fact that a car is used to drive one to work is semantic memory, and the fact that the car was actually used to drive to work that morning needs episodic memory. Memory that the car is made of metal and the tires of rubber is semantic memory. There may be other memories about different cars that one has purchased in the past, particularly pleasant or unpleasant memories about particular cars. A few other memory terms need to be described. Retrograde amnesia is usually associated with cerebral injury and applies to loss of memory prior to the injury, which is usually a very short period of time and normally only a few minutes. Anterograde amnesia applies to ongoing memory disturbance after a particular trauma. The commonest form is post-traumatic amnesia (PTA). It describes the period of time after cerebral insult before continuous day-to-day memory returns. The length of PTA is a good determinant of the severity of the injury and the prognosis for later recovery. Memory is undoubtedly complicated. Illustrate a simple schematic summarizing, probably in an oversimplistic form, the different forms of memory. Psychologists now have a number of standardized tests for assessment of the different forms of memory, and a clinical neuropsychologist should be involved in the assessment and treatment of anyone with memory problems or indeed other cognitive problems.